Finally, after some time, the Infinity Castle had been reached. Well, yeah. With Akaza still carrying Yin and the two upper ranks trailing behind him, as they headed inside, they followed Muzan's area until they were met with the master himself. They all bowed. Meanwhile, Akaza still bowed only his head as he was carrying Yin. So she's not harmed in any way, Muzan-sama, the uppermost rank demon said, his head remaining in a bow manner. Step forward, Akaza, Muzan said, his facial expression not changing in the slightest. Akaza had stepped forward while carrying the girl to the Demon King. Akaza stopped moving forward as Muzan had lifted a finger, indicating for him the remaining sanctuary. Muzan's crimson eyes averted their attention to the girl. She laid perfectly still in the strong arms of her captor. You would never be able to tell that she was a Hashira at first glance, due to her fragile and elegant-looking form and aura. Doma, you claim that this girl has incredible blood. That is more filling than a Marichi, Muzan had spoken. Staring directly at Doma, kneeled before him. Yes, Muzan-sama, you really should have a taste and see for yourself. Doma had said in a tone of dreaming of tasting the blood that he had so desired. Fine, prove it to me, but if you are lying, then I shall kill you immediately. The Demon King replied. As Doma got up, he moved closer to the unconscious girl in Akaza's arms. Muzan gave him a slight nod when Akaza took his index finger and made a thin cut underneath her forearm, where her pale skin was accompanied by the veins and arteries in her arm. Oh my god. A beam of crimson formed, the shifting into a trail of blood running down Yin's arm. Akaza cringed at the absence that was brought upon the girl. Muzan took his index finger, swiped up the trail of blood, and tasted it. What? Well, I'm just gonna say elegant. That was the only thing he had. Oh my god! The only thing he had felt, apart from a need for more. His eyes widened, almost surprised at the experience. He was used to Marichi's blood tasting the same as normal blood, but this was indescribable. A smirk of satisfaction tugged on Doma's lips. Proud of creating such a reaction, Muzan's eyes glowed a formidable shade of red. This blood was nothing less than magnificent. Leave and make it known to every demon that this girl will remain untouched. If as little as a strand of her hair is pulled from her head, the offender will be killed immediately, Muzan said, his voice changing into anger and demanding. The three nodded their heads and immediately left. Akaza simply set you down carefully before leaving. Muzan moved forward, picking her up from where she gently obstinately laid, unaware of her situation. As a strand of instrument was pulled, the walls began shifting, taking the girl and Muzan in a completely different room. In the room was a simple window, which was shaded with grand curtains, preventing the sun from entering the and ever-changing building. Muzan set the girl down and examined her features. Rough yet gentle-looking hands from the training and constant sword-wielding, a soft and defined face with a pale complexion to complement it. He had to admit to himself that the girl was quite beautiful and her strength was admirable, but it was her blood that interested him more. Now it was dawn and Yin's eyes were slowly starting to flutter open. Oop! How'd you guys enjoy that? That was chapter 7. And this is, I guess, going on a more Muzan route, I guess. So, This is supposed to be a story for all the upper moon. Well, most of the upper moons. Never mind. It's just Muzan. Oopsies.